One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
But I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome into Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, along with my good friends and teammates and compadres that like to hide behind microphones and slow wave like they're at a pageant or a parade or so. What's up, guys? How you doing?
I don't even know the proper way to do that.
Yeah, it's like this. Boom. I've watched it a few times. You turn.
So weird.
There you go. So
you can't just be like normal.
No, yeah, you can't just you can't. You gotta.
Good day, peasants. Good day,
peasants.
What's with the peasants? You lost me at peasants. So, if this is your first time in our podcast, Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge, we are talking about the video game world industry, esports, comic books, anime, horror stuff, video games or movies, and it's fun geek things that geeks love to talk about because we're all geeks. There's an inner geek in all of us. You know, we all love something that the average person doesn't even think about, like anime, horror anime, comic books, AI. What's it doing to our world? Sometimes we talk about that stuff. I think I'm talking about that today. Maybe, I don't know. Are we talking about Microsoft or the big developers is dropping a big AAA game or whatever? So you in that place. That's where you're at in the Gamers Lounge. That's what we're doing here. So we check in real quick with myself and my crewmates here. We got John here. I say to my actual left, but to my right and the below both of us is Rico the rookie. All right. So how's everybody doing, guys? Just checking in.
Good.
Fantastic.
Post Halloween.
Yes. So what was the costumes of choice, if there were any?
So my daughter was Taylor Swift from the music video 22 in the Red era. So she had her Who's Taylor Swift Anyway You shirt on that Taylor sports. It's a line from 22. Awesome. Anyway, and she made me be Taylor Swift from You Belong With Me video where she's dancing on the bed and she's got like a high school t-shirt on that says it's just look at the video, you'll figure it out.
I know.
She made you, or you were more than happy
you're more, you had, as a dad, you're more than happy to, John.
You definitely made that choice yourself.
Maybe a little bit of both. Yeah, I could have said no, Dad's not gonna, but whatever. So that was that. And then also this weekend, I know we talk about volleyball a lot because obviously I'm into the sport. You guys are
Rico, he covers it. I love it. What's going on? The
sport of volleyball was featured on Fox TV on Sunday. So nationally.
That's right. You talked about it during last week's podcast, right?
Yeah. And so I think a lot of things happen.
You're going to say.
Yeah, you do? Okay.
Let's see.
I'm not sure what I'm going to say. To break it down. So basically it followed Packers-Vikings, which is a good lead-in.
Yeah.
It drew 1.6 million viewers, which is an all-time high for the sport.
Yep.
Crazy. And I think it's a pretty good number that networks will be like, hey, listen, maybe we should think about doing this. We can get a couple million people to watch. That's not a bad number.
No. It
went head-to-head with the other afternoon games on CBS. So like the Chiefs were involved in a game. So basically it went head-to-head with Patrick Mahomes. And got 1.6. Now, the things I think that's a really encouraging number for the sport. And here's why real quick.
It is.
Because it followed the Packers Vikings, but about 45 minutes after Packers Vikings, right? So there's a window there where people say, okay, I'm done watching football today.
Yeah.
It did go up against the other games, whatever. And then the game itself wasn't that intriguing. It was a 90-minute match between Wisconsin and Minnesota. I get that you involve Packers, Vikings, Wisconsin, Minnesota. So there's that crossover, but it wasn't like a very entertaining match, I would say.
Probably was a blowout because Wisconsin is ranked number. They still 1 or 2? Where they're at?
Yeah, they're number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
stop it. Don't start.
What?
Don't.
No, I'm talking to Rico.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. So
I
I think
know,
it's
I'm
really
talking to Rico.
encouraging.
All right,
Calm down, Rico.
I'm sorry. I had this
Calm down,
whole
Ricky.
argument with somebody else on the air about first place votes. It was a whole thing. I'm sorry.
Stop it, Rico.
So basically, that number I think can double. Like imagine the Black Friday match of Wisconsin and Nebraska.
Oh yeah,
which is coming up, and maybe that's tracking to be a share of the Big Ten title. That would draw 5 million people. If you put it on across the country. So that's what's going on with me.
Nice. And real quick, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, and we're on Twitter Live and Facebook Live. So for anybody in those social media accounts watching our show live right now, so we're on 5 or 6 different social media accounts. You can chime in the chat, ask questions, be a fan. If you want to join in the Discord, I have little Discord commands that pop up. You can join in my Discord and you will become a greenie. That's what they're officially called. They named themselves. I didn't come up with the name, just so you know. All right, Rico Rookie, what's good with you? What's going
on? Nothing is good with me. Everything is good.
Well,
Halloween was fantastic.
Yeah,
my kids had 2 different outfits because I love Halloween and we go above and beyond in my house.
Ooh, nice.
So when they went to daycare, Ellie, little 4-year-old, was Becca Alec, middle blocker for Nebraska.
She was a football player. I didn't know that. You didn't tell me.
No, she was volleyball player. KJ was the football player. He was dressed up. He was dressed up like Billy Kemp because both of them.
Nice.
So Ellie loves Becca because they have the same hair. This is what she says. They both have long curly hair, she loves her as her favorite player. Just any sport she sees. Is Becca here? Is Becca gonna? I'm like, no, baby, this is men's basketball. She's not.
She could be a basketball player too. She's got the height.
I'm like, that's not. I was like, her brother is there, and he has like the same hair, but no, it's not her. So she was that. KJ was Billy Kemp, and then in the afternoon when we went out, which it was like 30 degrees, so we weren't out for that long.
It's chilly here.
I know it's chilly. KJ was Bowser, or as he says, Peaches because of the song. He calls him Peaches.
He just go Peaches. Yeah.
He go, I'll be Peaches, and we're like, it's Bowser.
I can see as a 2-year-old can refer to that.
It's fine. Yes. Me and him had like a 20-minute argument about it.
You're not going to win that.
He wasn't using words.
That, right?
I'm pretty sure I won.
No,
I'm pretty sure I won.
No.
And then Ellie was Princess Peach.
Awesome.
Ellie was Princess Peach. My wife was Donkey Kong, and I was Kamek, the little wizard that helps Bowser.
That floats around. He has wings, right?
No, he's in the blue robe.
He's in with the glasses.
Yep, that's who I was. And we had our little wagon, and my wife hand painted some cardboard, took like 2 bricks and the power up block from Mario, and she painted some glow in the dark paint on the question mark and in between the bricks, and we had lights going around the wagon. It was just a whole thing because, like I said, I love Halloween.
You're right.
I love Halloween, and my wife is very creative and likes making things, so it was fantastic.
Perfect. I'm right with you. Love
I'm looking at Rico's Instagram. Have you sent? Does Becca Alec know?
So Nebraska volleyball quote tweeted it, and then Becca Alec commented and just said precious.
Yes,
but if she hasn't seen that, they need to see that right away.
So the tweet, and I'm like, it's cool, but at the same time, kind of worrisome. The tweet just blew up.
Yeah, of course. You got cuteness going on.
I know. Well,
like seeing cats or little poodles or something.
117. It has 117,000 views, 700 likes, 20 reposts, and I'm just like, it's a lot of people that have just seen my kids.
Yeah, it does get on that line. You're like,
I'm like, it's super cute, but also like, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. Today, it's that fine line. You're like, oh man, cool. We got 100,000. Be like, wait a minute. Oh, man,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Wait a minute. So yes, that is awesome. I saw him on the weekend. And I was like, I know they geeked about this stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna shoot you a text to find out if I could come over to your house to trick or treat because you said you had king size candy bars.
That was my wife in Houston. She went to Sam's Club and she texted me. I should have put the picture. I'm gonna put the picture in here somehow. But I do have the picture of what we did when she was here. She had to leave early on Sunday, but on Saturday. And all week she got my costume ready, and we were Chucky, and she was the bride of Chucky. So here is the photo. I'm gonna share my Do I have it ready? Share? Yep, I do. Let's pull it up here.
Boy, let's take a look at
Let's
this.
look at this. Check me out right there. Woo! Chucky. Ha, ha, ha.
You got the wing and everything.
Yep. Hey, and that whole suit, and you go see it right here. I mean, scroll down. So that's us coming from our Halloween party that we went to in our neighborhood here in Capitol Beach. And then this is at school the next day on Halloween.
Wow.
This is yesterday. So it's like a little, you had to submit your picture in for everybody in school. We had some awesome costumes from all the faculty. So I was Chucky. Our Dina student, Sherry Vell, she was Cowboy Barbie, or Cowgirl Barbie, excuse me, Cowgirl Barbie. We had Nicole. That's her assistant. She was like an old grandma, and she was like, you know how grandmas hand out candy and stuff? She was handing out candy. I was like, where are the mints, grandma? She gave me a mint. I was like, there you go. That's so we had, and then who else we had? We have one faculty member, everybody dressed up the same as Adam. His name is Adam, and he usually wears all black, and everybody wore all black and the same type of little hairdo that he struts, he owns and stuff. So yeah, I was Chucky. There we go, right there, Chucky.
Well done, Ahman.
And Bride of Chucky. And so my wife is a stickler on perfection. So she set, and if you see, go back here, you see the hammer, the cowboy hat, and like the good guys, all that was ironed on. It took her a whole week to do that. And then the shirt, she put if you see the cuffs right there at the bottom, that cuff came from the bottom of my shirt. So she cut like a quarter of my shirt off to make the cuff. She goes in. And so just like Rachel, Eriko, she gets serious about it. Yep. So that was
I think we see a trend here because my wife basically ironed on every letter of my daughter's shirt that said who's Taylor Swift anyway. Like without the women, like how does Halloween even look for us three?
We need to go into business.
Like I would have to buy my costume, and I don't want to do that. I like when she makes the costume. It's so much cooler.
Yeah,
so much cooler.
And my mom, I mean my wife got it from her mother. Her mother used to make all their costumes. Very rarely did they go to the store. She was like, hold on. Yep. Don't buy nothing. I'm gonna go my mother-in-law still has a sewing machine. She cranks stuff out. So I send my jeans that ripped a hole somewhere and I still want to wear them.
Ahman, I wish I had that skill set. Like I just want like entry level skill set so I can have a shirt and be like, this shirt's too baggy. Boom. Whatever. These pants are too long. Boom. I wish I had that skill.
Me too.
That's what my wife does.
We need patience for that. I know I have patience. I don't know about y'all.
My wife literally, so the shell that KJ was wearing for Bowser, she literally like took some stuffing out of, I think, either a pillow or one of the stuffed animals, sewed that closed, put it in the shell, grabbed some cloth and like sewed it on there, sewed the spikes on there, put little circles around it, put glow in the dark paint over those, took tape and made the little straps for him to wear as like the back. Like she made the entire shell, made the little tail also, like all of it.
Wow. That's going ham right there. I like it. So to the chat, we got a lot of new people in the chat here. We got ESPN.
Hello, people.
Pinky says, my son's middle name is Ahman. Awesomeness. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we have my man Alan Oakendo Chinari says, Greenie. He says, I want to be like a mean Greenie, like the Hulk or something. I love that, Alan. That's so funny. And then we got Go Packo in the house from ESPN Pinky as well. And then let's get over to quick hitting news bites here. We got some good stuff. I didn't get all the opportunity to put in all of the news bites, but no, don't do that. Let's do that, and let's do that, and then let's get to the part where we are actually working here. Take that down. We got so many little tabs to hit here, guys.
So many tabs.
So many tabs. All right, there we go.
Click and click.
Finally, there it is. Do it. So Microsoft is doing some amazing things in the last couple years, and this was part of the initiative that was during COVID when HRs and big companies in the gaming industry was, talking about the change and bringing in diversity, inclusion, equity, all in. And this is one of those steps that I say a AAA company has made. So right here, Microsoft recognizes new leadership with Xbox, promoting Sarah Bond and Matt Booty in certain areas and high level administrative areas. So Microsoft is recognizing the fact that the fact that the certain departments in gaming, marketing at Xbox is following the completion of the continuous $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. So with that, Phil Spencer, the CEO, today said he wrote to the staff that Microsoft will promote Sarah Bond and to the president of Xbox, putting her in charge of all software, hardware platforms, and that should be noted. And so may include redesign a diskless Xbox Series X. So that's one of the big announcements under her wing as she takes over the helm there. So that could release next year, and the next gen hybrid console in 2028. So things continue to, I say, ramp up and be interesting. And then for Matt Booty, has been promoted to president of gaming, content, and studios, which includes the responsibility of overseeing operation in ZeniMax and Bethesda. And so the studio will continue to operate as a limited integration entity, but will report to Booty to manage. So to manage the platform of today and build the platform of tomorrow. We are bringing together the teams that will make possible. Spencer said in the memo. So Sarah Bond, she leads the team as president of Xbox and bringing in together devices, player and creator experience, platform engineering, strategy, business planning, data analytics, and business development, guys. So it's a lot of big fun things down the line. And what I like about this, obviously, is the equity and the inclusion of what Xbox is doing here, sticking to what they said during COVID year, that we're going to start bringing in more people of color, more people of different genders, to have a variety, a mixed variety of people that are in command of this company, so they keep going in the right direction, to have everybody represented from every background, and then to understand how that different backgrounds can create different I say campaigns or different initiatives within the organization or with the company, because then different people, different perspectives, you get different campaigns for different games that we know about, or for the same games like we know about, like Madden, 2K, or even Call of Duty, can have different looks when it comes out to you from a marketing standpoint. So that's one thing I love about this. What about you two guys? What you think?
Matt Booty.
Of course.
Sarah Bond.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
I mean, you hit on all of it.
Yeah. Hopefully
Hot mess. That's all I got.
Up. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
No,
awesome.
they're not. No, when you go to Harvard, I think Sarah Bond got her business MBA from Harvard or somewhere over there. So she's not messing nothing up.
Nice.
She knows what she's doing. She's been there for a long time. But just to see this, obviously, it brings a nice warmth to my heart, and to a studio or to a AAA company that I'm a big fan of. Been of since I lived in Seattle. Was a Seahawk, and all my neighbors were softies. That's what they called Microsoft employees in the Seattle area. I don't know if they still do it now, but back then, yeah, they were softies. I had a few neighbors that would tell me about things that were coming out, because we found out we lived on that same level. It was like, oh yeah, we see each other. And I remember when one of my neighbors told me about the Xbox. They say, yeah, Mom, we have this new console that's coming out. It was $19.99, and he's like, yeah. So right now we got it codenamed something something. I'm like, okay. He said it's gonna rival and be the competitor against the PlayStation 1. So I'm like, okay. And then next year I got traded. So of course I wasn't happy about that, because I'm like, man, maybe my neighbor could have hooked me up.
Right.
But I'm like, the only reason you were mad.
No, well, several reasons. I already know that. For one, it was the Midwest. Two, I knew a lot of people at Microsoft campus. But just to be a part of something then and then now, knowing what the company, I've always been a Microsoft first. I mean, I had to develop, PlayStation and then switch to, because I coach all these games and run these teams. So I got to have knowledge of everything. But I say Xbox is the sweet spot for me. So I'm happy to hear that there is some big change, because when the big guys do it, when the big kids do it, right, it filters down. That leadership falls down to other companies, seeing what other companies are doing in their leadership roles to really affect the change that we need to continue to see. So that's one thing that's going to be influential to from top down to the smaller companies. So Said a lot there. So shout out to Sarah Bond, Matt Booty, Phil Spencer at Microsoft. Keep doing what you're doing.
Sounds like a dynamic duo, Bond and Booty. So
I know
it's got that alliteration.
Baller. That's all right. John, you ready? You're up next.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right.
So, all right. So we've talked about different stories in the past before where, the online component of a company is shutting down and you lose as a gamer, you lose some of those games. So this is Ubisoft is shutting down. Am I pronouncing that correctly, by the way?
Ubisoft. Yep.
Ubisoft is shutting down online services for older games. This is from videogameschronicle.com. And the move is going to impact 10 games, including 4 Assassin's Creed titles, as well as Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, and Trials series. So what does this mean? If you read this article, it means that the owners of these games will no longer be able to play multiplayer, link their accounts in-game, or use online features. I heard an uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. I know what that's not happiness for a gamer right there. Keep going.
Nope.
Well, the quote they come from the company says, decommissioning such services for older games is not something we take lightly, but is a necessity as the technology that drove those services has grown obsolete. So obviously you guys hate this as, and most gamers would if you're playing a game and you like it and they take away basically your ability to do certain things with it. Don't you think? I don't know how any of this works, right? I don't know the technicalities behind it, the storage, all the technology or whatnot.
It's a little bit of all that.
Yeah, but you would think that if something is growing obsolete, that it might be easier to just like save the file as is and keep it going as is. And as long as, I don't know, maybe I'm totally wrong on that. But if you have Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Liberation HD, or Revelations, you won't be able to do any of those multiplayer or link in-game or use online features.
Right.
I think there's a bunch of different sides to this where, 100%. Servers that house these games, they're getting full and they need to make room for new things. And, you could look at it from the prospect of you could always update it, get a newer version of these games and just have like remastered versions. Or you could stay with the obsolete versions of these. And I know that some people have certain games that they just love to play. They'll always go back to that game. Maybe it's like a comfort game for them and they'll just go, play these games, go online and do whatever. But as we get further along into the future and as we keep adding these new things, this is going to continue to happen. And it's going to suck for the people who love these games and love playing these online games. And maybe this is the only online game that you play with your certain friend because this is the only one that they really enjoy playing. And I mean, it's going to suck, but that's just kind of how things are going to have to happen going forward.
Yeah. When you have it, go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say, I mean, do you think that because the population, I heard somebody say the popular Mad Style on Twitch says that older games with low populations days are numbered. I mean, I don't know, like, could they offer like pay X amount of dollars? Maybe it's another source of revenue. Pay X amount of dollars per month if you want to keep playing this. And it's weird because, Ahman, this goes back to you with physical copies of things.
Yes.
You have a physical copy. If that way of gaming, it still exists, and we can see more and more going away from that. You don't really run into these issues aside from online play, right? Which needs servers and things like that. But I don't know. I think it's just a combination of the more you go digital, the more you're going to lose things. I mean, I can still dust off the N64 and go play some games today if I wanted. I could dust off the NES, the Nintendo, and play games.
Yeah, that's the beauty is what you're referring to, John. The beauty of having disc and cartridges, because then everything's saved within the game. If it doesn't save, it just resets it. You could go back and play it again, and all the content is there. The graphics, the plot of the story, the campaign line is there. It just may not be saved. You just got to start from scratch. You got to start from the first level on. But with these games here, having come out during a time where there was internet, there was multiplayer, you could connect online, and you had to get some of the new data, the new DLC in all these games. That's the cool part. But now that part, obviously, for these companies, they're saying, for Ubisoft, they're saying, look, because we got all these other games out there, Rainbow Six Siege and that's just one of many that they produce. And then all the role playing games, RPGs that they make out there, there's like, look, we got so much storage, and if we want to keep this, we're gonna have to pay this amount. So we rather make more money making newer games than lose out on having to pay for storage for the older games that only, now I want to say a small percentage, but there's a percentage of gamers like us, because I'm one of them, that would sit and go play. Just like last night, myself and a couple of my faculty members, Alex and Ryan, we're sitting there playing Halo Reach, Halo 2, 3, and Reach, and ODST on a 360. And it was co-op, couch co-op. We didn't have to go online. We're playing right next to each other. But that's the part of it that eventually the company's like, hey, look, we got to make our money. We can't store this, but for y'all, hopefully you still got the system and it works and somehow figure it out, because there's some games that are in that age bracket that can still get played without having online capabilities.
A part of me wonders if, and I doubt this is what they do. Well, I don't doubt, sometimes it happens where they shut these down, A, for the servers and for, saving money and all that, but B, to make more money by saying like, hey, you can't play Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood or Liberation, Revelations, but look, we have all these other Assassin's Creed games you can look at. Like maybe you have people who are big fans of those games and they buy the new ones every time they come out, but maybe there are some people who are like, I like Assassin's Creed 2, I'm not going to move on from it, I want to do this, I want to play this, I want to do that, whatever, the online versions of this, and I'm not going to go to the next Assassin's Creed game. Maybe this gets shut down and it forces them to go buy a new Assassin's Creed game, and maybe it's like, oh, I actually like this one.
And a lot of people on Twitch, guys, are saying fans will end up making custom servers, or someone's going to start a server. So it's really not the end of the road, I guess, then, just because Ubisoft says we're not going to support it, others can.
Exactly. So there's many ways.
It's just them not having it.
They will survive.
He's going to find it. Yeah.
They will
build
survive.
It. They will build it, and they will come.
Build it, and they will come. All right, here we go. Now we're headed over to the best thing I've seen on social media. And I tell you, oh my goodness, what the HE double hockey stick is going on with some things here. John, you're up first.
Okay. All right. So I have, obviously we all look at our phones way too much, and we just have, here we go. We just have so many videos that pile up that we think are funny. And this is one of them I saw recently. NBA rookie Victor Wembanyama is creating headlines, and people are excited, and I'm tuning into games just to see him run around and block shots and hit threes and everything. But if you notice, this particular glitch in 2K,
I'm trying to expand it. It won't expand for me.
Yeah, I think it's maybe stuck like that. Has Wemby just going crazy, like he grabs the rim and he just starts helicoptering around it.
There you go. You see him right there?
Yeah, and I can't stop laughing when I see that.
Hey, when I oh my goodness. Oh wow. Look at that.
That's fun.
I love it. Just starts like a normal dunk, and it's supposed to be like it's one of those like, drop step pull up dunks where he dunks it, pulls himself up, and then drops himself down. Well, he like pulls himself up, his head kind of goes to the rim, and the game's just like, you know what? You're a helicopter now.
My goodness. I want to play some of the audio from the guy playing the game, but it gets a little it pushes to PG-13.
Oh, misses the dunk.
What is going on, Wembanyama?
The rebound by the Spurs.
What the fuck?
Oh, okay, that reaction right there. Oh my goodness, I'll be like, hold up. I'm like, what the heck is the game doing? Hey,
that's a soundbite. If you're in San Antonio sports talk radio, I mean,
you gotta have it.
I mean,
you gotta have it.
Believe what's going on with Wembanyama.
Oh my goodness. He's been playing pretty good though. He's had his up and downs in real life, and we still got more of them coming here on the best thing I see on social media. All right, my turn. I'm up next. And you know me, I'm into the health world, but I'm about to destroy a lot of y'all love. Like my love for McDonald's French fries might have to go on the back burner after this video right here.
French fries has 3 ingredients. 3 ingredients in salt? What? What 3 ingredients are in the salt at McDonald's? Salt, which is sodium chloride, sugar, dextrose, and silicoaluminate. And aluminum,
I don't even know what that word is.
Contains aluminum, which has been linked to all sorts of neurological issues in humans, including neurodegenerative issues, dementia, like Alzheimer's disease. That's what's in your salt at McDonald's, not just sodium chloride,
and it's
salt,
probably hurting my heart
sugar,
right now.
And aluminum salts.
Literally and figuratively.
Man, if these weren't bad enough, the salt even has 3 ingredients here. The salt on McDonald's French fries has 3 ingredients. 3.
I don't care.
I'm peachless. I'm peachless. I'm about to go like Rico's kids, peaches. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I can have a little day, at least once a month. I go pick up a McDonald's fry, and that day was just this past Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm getting ready for the show, and I say, let me look at the best thing I've seen on my social media, and I seen this video and a few other videos, and I'm like, what? Hold up, go back. You know how many French fries from McDonald's I have eaten in a lifetime? I know this is happening probably within the last 15 years, but hopefully it wasn't like this when I was a kid. So, oh my God, it's so heartbreaking. Oh,
now you can ask McDonald's to not put salt on your fries.
True.
Does that also take away the sugar and aluminum?
I would say yes, because the salt's not on there.
Okay.
So there you go.
There is that opportunity.
The aluminum.
The more, Ahman, I see these kind of videos, we'll still eat it.
Notorious. So like I'm real, a little treat.
I see these type of videos all the time, and I wonder, number one, what's wrong with just salt? Like, what's the point? I get sugar, right? Like it adds a little bit of something, but why?
Yeah.
Why do we have to have 75 ingredients for one thing?
Exactly. It should just be salt.
Salt. Put some salt on the fries.
The other 2 items are added are basically additives, preservatives, and aluminum is definitely not good. We're not supposed to have metals in our body or our bloodstream. That is a bad thing there. So ask for salt. When you go to Mickey D's or any fast food restaurant, you want to do your treat day. My cheat day, like I said, once a month or every other month, I go get me a large fry. Now it's going to be no salt. So a little health tip for you there. All right, Rico, what you got up next? You're next.
Yeah, I'm gonna still eat those fries. Like I might have like 2 large fries. I'm gonna go buy some fries right now. Is what I'm gonna do. Victor Wembanyama again dressed up for Halloween.
Great.
He is the
idea.
only person in the world who
that can
dress
pull that
like
off.
Slender Man and look exactly like Slender Man.
Oh,
look at this guy. He's 7'4", whatever. And his arms and legs are like little twigs, and they're super long, and it's just perfect. Like that's just the perfect outfit for him. And I'm so glad he did it.
He nailed
it. He's done.
Nailed it.
He has his Halloween costume for the rest of his life.
Forever.
That's it. You
nailed it.
Now you just do different variants of Slender Man. Like that's
right.
it.
If I was a veteran on the San Antonio Spurs, I would I'm in the locker room. He walks in, I'm going like this, golf clap. Good job, young man. Good job. You nailed it. He put some thought into it.
Yeah, he's killing it on the court. He's killing it off the court. He wins.
That's it. He put thought into that to say take advantage of his height. There's other characters he can do. He could pull off. He could be a Groot. I am Groot. Groot from that'll be a genius one. It'd just be more obviously more branches and leaves and coming off of them and everything.
Yeah, he'll just put a bunch of branches. He has money. He can pay somebody to make the suit, the Groot suit for him, and just have all the branches coming out of his arms.
Hold on, we got 3 women in our lives that can make a talk. Give them a call.
Let's send them down.
There we go. We say, hey, we got a crew of 3 people that can knock it out for you.
Exactly.
Groot
next Halloween,
year.
We got you, dude.
Next Halloween for Victor Wembanyama, Groot through the ladies of John, Ahman, and Rico. There you go.
We don't even ask for a lot.
No,
they might, but we won't.
I just want tickets to the game. That's all I want.
Oh yeah, I want to see him in person.
Give me a ticket to
the
front row.
I want to be courtside.
I've never been courtside. And
never have I.
I've been close. I've been 1 row behind, which is actually better because courtside you get all sweat throwing.
The closest I've been to courtside was like the 300 level at the old Pepsi Center.
Ahman, I think you're right. I think courtside, because I broadcast games, basketball games, and when you're courtside, it's really close, and you miss some things because people are standing in your way, coaches are standing in your way, officials are standing in your way. The best spot is about 5, 6, 7, 8 rows.
Yeah. I've been
You
like
see
the last time I went to the Bucks play, I was about 8 rows behind the court side, and then there's this one dude that was literally peacocking. He had on his fur coat that was like beige, and it was this little dude. He was like, how tall are you, Rico?
5'5".
He was shorter than you, and he had this big old. He looked like Craven from Marvel with the big lion mane. That's how big the jacket was. I was like, he's over here peacocking. Like,
that's pretty cool. Man. So I actually lied. I've been courtside once, but it was for a Nebraska men's basketball game, and it was their like battle at the vault last year. And I watched Mississippi State and Drake play, and then I watched Nebraska play some other team, and we're sitting there, and one of my coworkers here, Nick, he yells at Casey. He's just like, shoot a 3, and I'm not even kidding. He comes off a screen, gets like the handoff, shoots the 3, nails it, and points at us, and we're just like,
whoa!
Did one of those.
That's right it. There. We win.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's so fun.
There you go. Nice. That was a feel good moment of the year for you, probably right there.
It was right after he goes shoot the 3. He does it, and we're just like, what are we doing? Okay,
we'll get that next week, Eeyore. I like that when we said this or that, end zone or 50-yard line seats.
Hey, real
end
quick.
Zone.
Speaking of football tickets, yes. I'm going to my very first Packers game as a fan on Sunday.
Ooh.
So nice. I don't even know where the tickets are, but anything you recommend to me, Ahman, like this, or
there's not a bad seat in the house. Obviously, you're in Wisconsin, so it'll be cold if you're outside.
Yeah, bundle up.
It's not a bad seat in the house.
Nice.
Just bundled up, and enjoy the crowd because the crowd gets into it. Obviously, it's like a college football. It's like Madison crowd. They're all into it. They do. I think they do every now and then. The audio people play jump around in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
The Packers game every now and then. So especially if they win, it's going down.
Yeah.
The jump around is happening. So, all right, let's head over let's get into game releases, guys.
Do it.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
John, you're up first. There we go. I forgot. Sorry.
Okay, so once again, Ahman sends out the list of the newest games being released, and my strategy is I pick the one that I think sounds the most fun or the most interesting. And this week's pick, look at this. Look at all these characters. DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing.
Oh my God. Was that Anakin Skywalker? That was somebody from Game of Thrones. Oh, that's Shrek.
Well, here's what I know. You can race on 20 different DreamWorks themes track with your choice of 20 of the most iconic DreamWorks characters in kart racing. I did Google the list of characters in this. So as you can see,
but that wasn't Anakin Skywalker because this is Pixar.
Yeah. So I think we saw Shrek, obviously. Shrek, Fiona, and Donkey are available for you to drive with. They've got Puss in Boots and Wolf as well. Hiccup and Astrid from How to Train Your Dragon. A bunch from Kung Fu Panda as well. I think we saw that. Remember the movie The Bad Guys? The wolf in that is available. You can be the boss baby.
The boss baby. There he is right there.
Megamind is an option.
I'll be Kung Fu Panda. I like Kung Fu
Megamind. Yes.
Oh, Megamind. Oh, Will Ferrell was hilarious. Yep. I love that. That was a good movie.
And then also King Julian and Alex from Madagascar. Also, so this with DreamWorks, I mean, I would hope. Oh, I'm sorry, Poppy, Branch, Barb, and Cooper from Trolls. You can get like a bunch of the Trolls cast too. Now, hopefully, it's actually a fun game because I love these games where you can be all these characters from movies. You know, everybody
to drive through Monstrosity.
Look at this.
I know the crowd. I know the chat loves it.
Yeah,
the chat is calling out Laura Forkwad.
The wolf from Bad Guys.
Yeah, Bad Guys. Hey, he was a good dude. He was actually a good wolf. He was actually a good wolf. He had a conscience.
And I'm sure they'll add more characters as it goes along. But let's pretend we're playing this right now. You choose your character out of some of those names I listed. Who are you choosing right away? I think I'm going to go Trolls, and I'm going to go Poppy or Branch.
I'm going to go. I already said it. Kung Fu Panda all day.
Okay.
Kung Fu Panda.
I think I'm gonna be either Megamind or Boss Baby. Maybe Shrek.
Yeah. Boss Baby would be my second choice.
I think Megamind's my first choice, though.
Okay.
Second, Megamind be my second here. All right, my turn. We got VR, the Foglands. That's going to be on PS5, PS VR 2. Came out yesterday. Oh my goodness! So the Fogland is an atmospheric 3D roguelike shooter where you'll discover new paths, uncover old secrets, run into the unknown, fight monsters, scavenge loot, get all the little fun little things that you need to get better in the game, and try to make it back before you are swallowed up by the fog. So explore the Foglands, rowdy bar fight action, mysterious tale, and scavenge and grow your character here. So in the Fogland, you play as a runner, heroes of a sparse community living underground, adventure from the wrecks of long dead technology to do the undiscovered depths when you run, jump, sneak, and fight your way through the fog. So it sounds kind of like what's going on with that Ubisoft and all those games being shut down. You can't play them no more, so you got to figure out a way to survive and live. So, rowdy bar fight in a mysterious, fog-infested world. Dangerous force lurks in the shadows. Punch, throw, shoot, smash, through each run as you go toe-to-toe with strange, malevolent monsters and vicious, roving factions. Again, underground in this new PS5, PS VR 2 experience with the VR right here. Ooh-wee. So that's like that's like that visor is like right here. So dealing with that stuff, FPS mode, boom. Some of the little details of the game here is the publisher is Well Told Entertainment, and you have it's an action shooter adventure. It's offline play is available. What else? You could play city, you could play standing, or you could do a room scale for yourself where you have the area cleared out. Make sure you do that so you don't trip and fall over something. Because remember, you got these goggles on. Please don't do that for yourself. And in the headset VR, which I didn't know, headset's vibration is optional. They have that in the headsets or in the visor. And also they have VR2 Sense controller optional along with the vibration in it too. So it's giving you a whole experience in this game right here. So I like the music. Looks like got a little cowboy feel to it, even though it's futuristic. It looks pretty good. I'm liking it.
That looks pretty nice, except with the whole VR aspect of a first-person shooter in a foggy cave, scary area. And if I'm in the fog and I see some glowing yellow eyes in front of me, I might throw the headset off. I'm just letting you know.
You're gonna break it. Don't break your headset. Remember, you break it, you buy it.
I don't want to break it. I'm just saying that it's a little scary. Look at that. It was some yellow eyes. They just in the dark.
Yep.
Like, just shoot things and throw things. No.
JP, the Orange Lantern is right. RoboCop, Rogue City. I almost covered that one, but I saw this one. You know how much I love horror. I was like, this is kind of like I want a scary horror game here. But Rogue City, RoboCop Rogue City is out this week. Check that out as well.
Like that thing? Nope, hard pass. I don't even know what that is.
That looks fun.
I don't like it.
You know what also looks fun to me with this VR stuff is I see a lot online too of like AR games.
Yeah,
where
that's almost full immersion right there.
Like there was a zombie thing, like you walking around your house and there are like different spots on your wall where you can grab guns or whatever, zombies coming through your windows. Mm-hmm. Like I think imagine turning off, well, you'd have to have some light, I guess, to see where you're going. But I mean, your whole house could be a playground.
True.
Like, that sounds fun.
Just gotta make sure you don't break nothing.
Just turn. Well, as I say, you got to be careful because if you turn that on, and all of a sudden your kids are walking around.
Right, you don't want to take one of the kids out. I've seen so many videos on social media where the mom or dad or uncle, brother, they're doing the VR and then swing, the kid goes flying.
Well, I'm talking more AR, right? Where you see like your house.
Yeah, you do. You can't see what's in front of you. Gotcha.
Yeah, like you see your real surroundings, but on your wall there's something that you can interact with. Yeah, I've seen those too, where people run into walls and yeah, that's hilarious.
Yes, indeedy. All right, Mr. Rico, your turn.
Hello, Achilles, Legends Untold. If you like Dark Souls and you like all those games like that, this is kind of the game for you, especially if you're into Greek mythology, like myself. Well, not Greek. Yeah, Greek, right? Yeah, sure. Why not?
Right.
Something like that. In this one, you get to rewrite the myth of Achilles, the mighty Greek warrior and the commander of the brave Myrmidons. After the War of Troy, where he is supposed to fall, he doesn't, and you return to Greece, find your homeland plunged into chaos. The story takes you through the diverse locations of ancient Mycenae. You learn how to cope with your new nature and become the one who can save the mortal world from impending doom. You get to, you're Achilles, so you're practically unbeatable, but obviously you can be beaten because it is a video game, but you're super strong. You have your sword, you have a poisonous spear, you have different kinds of powers, powers of like a demigod, and you just go around again. This Souls-like game, action RPG, and you just go around beating stuff up. If you've ever wanted to be Achilles, or if you've ever wanted to be Achilles, this is the game for you. It came out early release PC last year, or whatever it's called, early release, but it's kind of, they've been working on it, and then it comes out tomorrow for PS5, Xbox, and back on Steam.
Yep, it's Greek there. So, it's like I said, it reminds me of a little Assassin's Creed and being Achilles, a demigod. He has a little power to him. It's like, is it the Rock Achilles where he had all the help in the background? Or is it actually like from Clash of the Titans? Where it's actually real power, magical power. All that from the guys.
But you get all kinds of, like it says, you'll fight like people, but then you'll get to face some of the mythological monsters that you hear about in all of Greek mythology, like a Cyclops and all those things. So
right there, banging down.
Just go around. A lot of rolling, dodging, swinging, hacking, slashing, magical powers. So, like I said, Souls like a little, not as like dark and gloomy. I feel like there's going to be some parts that are very bright and vibrant.
Right.
To tell the tale.
Nice.
But you're just a warrior going around beating the crap out of things.
Ooh, I like beating the crap.
My kind of game.
Video game.
I gotta beat things up in video games because I don't beat things up in real life.
Get a punching bag. I got one in the garage, and I'll help with that. There you go.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's head over. Hold on, let me get to the audio here. All right, we're back at the last segment.
Row your boat gently up the. Sorry, excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
All right, we got John up first for recap of part 5, Shadow Warrior of Ahsoka. All right, John, take it away because I know you got to get up out of here.
Guys, jump in too because I had some questions. As soon as it started, we last left Ahsoka falls off the edge of like a cliff.
Yep.
And you realize she's in what I labeled, what is this? Is this Jedi heaven? Like she's on this in this strange world, which we find out, spoilers. Okay, now you've had your chance to pause. Is like the world between worlds, where she meets young Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
And they have some sort of cryptic conversations where you're still trying to figure out what exactly is happening here.
Yeah.
In the meantime, am I pronouncing? Is it Hera? Hera?
Hera. Yeah. Hera.
Mm-hmm.
Hera. Searching for Ahsoka, and they get to the planet just as that big ring thing. The help me with the names.
Hyperspace. The
hyperspace
ring.
Hyperspace ring. Yep.
Takes off. And
go.
By the way, so Rico, these are some of my strange observations when I watch this. So ships are blowing up, like fighters are blowing up, but Hera's ship with her son, they make it, to the planet where they're looking now for Ahsoka, and they're doing all these scans of whatever. Do another scan. And they're so calm about it. And there's like no sense of we just lost like 2 or 3 ships. Like we just lost some people. They don't even seem to like mention that.
Well, I mean, they were, a part of the war, and they've lost people before, and yeah, it sucks. But at the same time,
keep going.
Their really only hope of stopping this is finding this Jedi. So you can't have time to sit back and feel bad for the people you just lost. You need to find this Jedi as fast as you can, or you're going to lose a lot more people if they can get to Thrawn and bring him back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they've been through some stuff.
They've seen some things.
They've seen some things. So
plus, they only lost 2 of them. They're fine.
Yeah, and then
a lot of death and war. We know this, and he said that to her. It's a lot of death and war. A lot of bad things happen.
Is this the world between world? What are we watching right here? Is this?
So this is the. Let me pause it here. These are the episodes that will connect you. Remember, I mentioned if you watch Clone Wars and you watch Rebels, these are connecting scenes that are related to what we're seeing here on the screen right now, and when we're watching Ahsoka. So.
So I haven't seen that Clone Wars. So we've seen this Jedi heaven, as I labeled it. But
exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So it's been there before.
It's been there before.
Yep. So yeah, she's in a place where she basically gets to make a decision, since being of Jedi pedigree, of not just succumbing to death. This is her time to kind of reconcile and either be okay and move on to the next level, or go back in the physical sense and fight, to continue fighting. And of course, this is where Anakin is like, it's kind of surprised to see you here. I thought it'd be a little bit longer. So just that right there just shows you that he knew that she was all what she's supposed to be, basically that badass Jedi that she trained from a kid, and in Clone Wars and Rebels.
So let me get this straight, so you guys can answer this question. So did she die?
So she technically she's dead. So, but being a Jedi, you have another level because of all the metachlorians in you that you can basically get to. You almost have it's like a fail safe. It's like pull in case of emergency. We don't just die right away because we're Jedi. We go to another level of consciousness, so we know that we're about to die, and we are going to say to ourselves, okay, I'm going to just succumb to it. I'm tired of fighting, or I'm tired of living, whatever. If not, this is just my opinion, but if not, I want to go back in there because I got to go, in the physical. I got to get back in my body and then continue to help out whatever I was doing. So that's just my opinion. I think that's what it looks like and what it sounds like.
To me, she's like on death's doorstep.
Right.
Like she got knocked. The hit into the water, landing in the water didn't kill her, but she's under the water for so long, she's not breathing, or she is breathing, she's breathing water. Like, to me, she's right there on death's doorstep. So this is where she's at. And if she decides to come back, she'll come back to her body and be able to, get saved or swim up and, whatever. So that's kind of what it is to me, where maybe she's not dead yet, but she's right there. And that's what that between world is, where with the midichlorians in her system and being a Jedi, that it all kind of comes together. And seeing her former master, he's able to go there and just like, hey, like, you're a little early. I don't think you're supposed to be here right now. So let's figure out if you want to go back.
Right.
Yeah.
So so that makes sense. So she's like you. I think what you said makes the most on death's doorstep.
Yeah, she's not dead, but she's close.
And then who decides if she lives? Is it? I mean,
is what?
Who decides?
She decides if she lives.
She decides.
She does.
So she just has to pull herself out of it. Okay.
Yeah, she has to get through what he puts her through and see if she's still ready to live, ready to go back and continue fighting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think if you're a Jedi, you probably choose to live again, like 99 out of 100
I mean,
times.
you would think so. I guess depending on the situation that you're put into. Like, in this instance, it's like, look, you need to go back because there's people you need to help and take care of and all this stuff. But for some Jedi, maybe it's like, hey, I've done what I've needed to do. I've prepared my Padawan. They're ready to go on, and so am I. But for her, her Padawan is, still learning. So, just became her Padawan once again.
Yeah, Sabine.
So she still has to go back, and she knows that there's, war on the doorstep of the universe. So she needs to go back and help.
Yeah. So big brain stuff going on. And once she does reappear in the physical, that's when we, see where things basically are continuing between Lord Bylan and his apprentice,
Yeah.
where what they've been trying to do the whole time here in Ahsoka, get to that new galaxy, because then with the hyperlink, as you saw, they get out there, and then that's when they come into the big wells, the flying wells. I don't know if they're flying or they supposed to be in water or things, but
I think
They're
carries them.
flying.
They're flying.
The whales can go hyper speed, so like
Right.
they have hyperdrive hearts or something. Like they, I don't get
Built
that,
differently.
but like it was weird. They're just like, oh, they're about to jump, and I was like, what?
Yeah. So yeah, that
I'm
was
like, those
interesting to see that.
Those are living beings. Eeyore is upset.
You guys
Yeah.
figure out what Eeyore is upset about, because he says he's about to break things. I gotta run.
Yeah.
Eeyore, don't break
Well,
things.
he's a master of this universe, so he knows more than we do.
Yeah.
And we're just picking off our opinions. We're not saying we're accurate here. We're just letting you know, and he knows that.
Close.
Yeah, we're not even. I'm just saying, like I said, this is my opinion, what I'm seeing here, not the factual canon stuff. But just
Star
to give
101.
what I see when you see something like a Jedi looking at their master who trained them and in ghost form from the other previous Jedis that I've seen when they got in ghost form, it's like, okay, wait a minute, what you doing here, partner?
Hyperspeed, light speed. You know what
Yeah.
I meant.
Yeah.
I thought hyperdrive, whatever.
Yeah, so he's sticking to the rules, sticking to what he knows. We might have to get him on. We'll get him on here one time when we're talking Star Wars and everything else.
He should be like he
knows his stuff.
Like phone a friend.
Yes, he knows his stuff.
All right, see you guys.
Stuff. All right, John, have a great rest of your day. I think we're pretty much done too, Rico, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
We didn't wrapped and covered up everything in under an hour. Great chat today. Eeyore keeping us in line. Notorious Afro. We had some new ones in ESPN Pinky, I think it was. Hosier 66. He said Obi-Wan chose to not come back. Exactly. See? See? Obi-Wan chose not to come back. See?
He did everything he needed to do.
In episode 4, when he went to go fight Vader, he knew that was it for him. Because he wanted to get ring. So when I saw that I think I was a kid, I don't know how old I was, but I wasn't even 10 yet when I watched episode 4, New Hope, when old man Obi-Wan went on the ship with Han Solo and Luke and Leia, and he knew he was going to fight. He wanted to see Anakin one last time. And it was more of a kind of like, this is where I want to end things with my Padawan. And he did that. He got hit, and then boom, that was it. So that's where I was somewhat close. I ain't gotta be accurate, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there. You know what I meant though. But but thank you, Akendo and Eeyore as well. We'll definitely, if we're doing some Star Wars, we do a Star Wars trivia episode, I know who I'm gonna reach out to. I'm gonna have one episode on that one. So
you know what we have to do is, if we do a Star Wars trivia, we have to have Eeyore ask the questions and we try to answer.
100%. I'm down.
So then Eeyore can get pissed at us when we're wrong.
And that'll be interesting. He gets animated when he's not happy. He gets so animated.
Please and thank you.
So everyone, thank you for tuning in today. This is a Mind Green's Gamers Lounge. We're about to head off, but before we do, Rico, let everybody know what you're up to and where they can find you on social media.
Well, ladies and gentlemen and others, you can find me on the Twitter sphere at Radio Rico AC. Follow me on there. Follow me on Instagram at Enrique Alvarez Clary if you would like. And what was I going to say? Oh, also on the radio, Sports Talk Radio. I do all the time
93.7.
Beautiful Lincoln, Nebraska, 93.7 The Ticket. You can listen to us on the app, on our website, theticketfm.com. I do the happy hour every day from 1 to 2 with my good friend Nick Sainert, and we talk about all kinds of things, cover volleyball, football, professional sports, everything. But I am the most active on Twitter at Radio Rico AC. I might get back into streaming when the new year starts. So you can follow me on Twitch at Nikki_Flash_. And I have a Twitter for that account as well. It's at the Nikki_Flash_. Too many underscores, but it was necessary.
Hey, Eeyore, thank you, Rico. Eeyore, is that going to be the scary nun from The Conjuring? I want you to dress up as that nun with the yardstick. Is the nun from part 1 and part 2. That's what I want.
Nope.
Yeah, see,
Hard
that's what
pass.
I want because I knew Rico didn't like that. So please do that, please, for me.
I won't be
Por
participating.
favor, mi amigo. Por favor, mi amigo. So you can follow me on Ahman Green 30, all one word on Instagram and Twitter. Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. We're on TikTok and YouTube, and then obviously LinkedIn, Twitter Live, Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube. Here is the show right now live, but then also it will be up wherever you download your podcast. So please enjoy it later this week. And again, follow us, share us. Got some good things coming to you week over week. And we'll be back here, same back channel, same bat time. I always love saying that when I used to watch the old Batman comic book series. So everyone have a good rest of your week. All right, we get to the edits. Let's get to the where'd it go? Wait a minute. There we go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I gotta get music. No music. Doesn't sound right.
No
There
music.
it is.
No music.